Assalamu alaikum viewers, my name is Muhammad Tahir and this is our continuous part of our previous lecture like photosynthesis, or we can say transpiration compromise, how transpiration compromise or fulfill the photosynthesis process. In order to perform photosynthesis, plant must separate their leaf in the sun and obtain carbon dioxide from air. Carbon dioxide enter the plant and oxygen leave plant via stomata. It means that carbon dioxide enter the plant and oxygen leave the plant. That is byproduct of photosynthesis, and carbon dioxide is a reactant in photosynthesis process. The opening of stomata allow water to escape from plant. It means that opening of stomata cause losses of water through a process of transpiration that is completely discussed in our previous lecture. A plant must judge how much carbon dioxide it needs and how much water it can afford to lose. It means that the main function of plant to maintain or balance the both reactant in photosynthesis. Mechanism for stomatal opening and closing. Potassium ion is pumped into God cell by active transport. Solute potential becomes negative. Water move from higher water potential to lower water potential entering the God cell. It means that when potassium ion enter in the God cell, it means that the concentration of ions increase inside of God cell. So it is a stimuli to entrance of water in the guard cell. When water enter in guard cell, it create turgidity in guard cell. When guard cell turgid, it means that it cause the opening of stomata. It increase the internal pore in between the guard cells. So increase of pore, the trigger pressure cause cell to bow out and create open, and that play vital role in transpiration. Stimuli that cause stomatal opening, like typically open at dawn due to three stimuli. It means that how stimulate or how stimulate the opening and closing of stomata, like that blue lights receptor signal transport protein to pump in potential. Depletion of carbon dioxide due to increased photosynthesis cause stomatal opening, like circadian rhythms internal like 24 hours. It means that the presence and absence of sunlight is also an important factor to open and close of stomata. Environmental stress like heat, drought cause stomatal closing during the day. Abscisic acid is a hormone that produced in the root that cause that mechanism or stimulate to opening and closing of stomata. Phloem, sugar transport. Phloem carries phloem sap food from sugar source to sugar sink. It means that sugar source is the place where photosynthesis occur and the sugar is produced, and sugar sink is the place where the deficiency of food or phloem sap or sugar that are produced in photosynthesis process. An organ where sugar is being produced, and usually like leaf and sugar sink is an organ that consume or store sugar, for example roots, growing stems, birds and fruits. Phloem cells, sieve tube element, alive at maturity, long, narrow, with sheath pellets at end, no nucleus, ribosomes, vacuoles, and companion cells attached to side of sieve tube element organelles. Serve both cells do not transport. It means that xylem and phloem are pectorially described here, like that we can see a phloem cell here, sieve plates, and the xylem is also perforation plates. It means though two plates are present, and here we can understand the best comparison between xylem and phloem. Flow pressure. Flow pressure mechanism of translocation in plant. In our next lecture we completely discuss the pressure flow. If you want to understand the pressure flow, then must subscribe my channel and push the bell icon. If any query or question about our this lecture, then must come in comment box and comment your question.